As a middleweight player and as a lightweight player, I have felt the need of losing weight. It's a very normal concept, which is known as rapid weight loss in our judo. So basically, here what we do, we try to lose weight as soon as possible so that we can recover as soon as possible. So I did it. In some event, I realized that this kind of methods was very positive. I could gain some extra additional edge than my opponents. But in some other sports, in some other events, I felt I was draining out of my energy. All my energy were wasted, and I could not perform at my best. Then I realized that I should make a depth study regarding what is the real issues regarding the same. So I did some studies and found out that 80 to 90% judo players goes through rapid weight loss in order to gain some advantage against their opponent. It's a very basic concept that if he is doing, why shouldn't I? If I don't do, I'll be left out. So on that here basic study I have gone through and find out ki 80 to 90% first of all, and then most of the weight percentage were 2 to 7% of their normal body weight. So this is the study given by Artyom Prancini and obviously Brito. They are the most famous researcher in the field of judo. So the concept of rapid weight loss is basically, it's a weight losing technique whereby people used to restrict their fluid consumption. Second one is dehydration through various methods like wearing a plastic suit or going through a sauna or steam bath. They try to lose as much as body water as they can so that they can have an ideal weight for themselves. The third one is skipping meals. Obviously, this is a very famous method used by everyone who are idolized with their good physique. So skipping meals and fastings are another method of losing weight professionally also. The fourth one is excessive exercises. When we go through more and more huge amount of cardiovascular exercises, we tend to lose more sweat and body calorie burns. So when we burn our calories, obviously glycogen replacement is there, and which helps us to lose weight in a very long term. So these are some of the common methods that I found out initially. Then I made more studies into the type of methods that help a person to lose a weight. I found out some of the legal ways to lose a weight and then illegal ways to lose a weight. So many studies condemn using this kind of methods, but a questionnaire is there whereby you can get to know regarding the type of weight loss that people do, which is also known as weight loss questionnaire. Through that questionnaire, it was found that many pharmaceutical items were used to lose a weight, like diuretics, which is generally a water releasing hormones which helps us to lose water from our body, which indicates the kidney to release as much as water from the body. Another one is stimulants. All the stimulants in our that we use helps us to boost the adrenaline part of our body, which again responds as an increase in all the metabolic processes, which in turn help us to burn more calories. So the third one is appetite replacement suppression. Appetite suppressions are those kind of medication which makes you don't feel hunger, which suppress your hunger. So these are some of the pharmaceutical items, and obviously some people, instead of normal food, they use IV and IV infusion, which is a mix of all the nutrients they used to inject in their body instead of meal, so that they can live on the minimal calorie requirement. Extreme practices like laxative and edemas, they are some of the extreme processes whereby when we eat those medications, they loses all the body solid items from the digestive tracts. So which again enhance and try to help us to lose a weight. Another one is vomiting and spitting. Obviously, that's a part of our regulatory motion. So, why rapid weight loss is a problem in our current scenario? As per study says, dehydration physiologically it reduces our muscle glycogen depletion, which is again harmful for a normal person to survive. because glycogen is very important for as a reserve to give our body a minimum energy. Dehydration reduces the power. Obviously, that's a part and parcel. That is a result of our physiological impact. Performance in judo, you will feel a little bit lack of strength on your grip. Obviously, judo is an endurance sport as well as explosive sports. So you will feel the problem in those parts also. Psychologically, irritability is there, fatigue is there. You can't focus. Anxiety will be up. Stress will be there. So these are some of the psychological impact of rapid weight loss. So long-term impact of rapid weight loss can be long-term kidney failure, cardiovascular issues, and metabolic strains can be there for a person. So as I looked into the studies that has been conducted under rapid weight loss, the term called rapid weight loss, I found that most of the studies were international. There were no studies related to Indian populations, whereby it is said that the geographical aspects can influence the people's response to different scenarios. So, in context of Indian judo, there is currently no such papers been published, as per my knowledge. Many international indications are there, and lack of one of the key factor why I took my paper is lack of multidimensional analysis. That is, no such paper were there whereby both physiological, anthropometric, and the performance variable were explored at the same time. So that's the reason I need to take this. I took this paper as my PhD topic. So basic idea of taking this PhD topic is to fill the gap of knowledge whereby athletes from India can help their students and their players to boost their performance as well as not losing their certain metabolic things. This whole paper was to find an ideal weight loss strategies and a percentage of weight loss to be done in 1 week. So objective of my study for this PhD thesis was to first of all look into the anthropometric of the physique of a participant, that if any anthropometrical issues like body fat percentage and muscle mass are being reduced or are being impacted by the rapid weight loss, that I will encourage them to do in 7 days. Next was the physiological variable. Physiological variable like hand grip strength, counter movement jump, judogi chin-up test. There are 2 judogi chin-up tests that we will be discussing, and heart rate recovery and blood lactate. These are some of the variables that I took for a physiological impact of rapid weight loss in the body. Next one was the performance variable. There is a specific fitness test for judo players which is called special judo fitness test that was introduced by Artioli in the year 1985. So this is being still used as the ICC score of this test is still valid. So at the end, I just wanted to see the physiological exertion that a person is putting when they are losing a weight, when they are going through certain amount of stress on their body. There is a certain term called RPE, which is rate of perceived exertion. So this is basically psychological variable, but in a physiological way. I have checked it. So lastly, one more thing I have added, that is the questionnaire regarding, I have already told you, the questionnaire for the weight loss behavior in athletes. So the research questions, same as my objective. First, to see the different level of weight loss on the anthropometric characteristics. Second is to see the same different level of weight loss on the physiological aspect of my variables. Third one is to see the same impact on the performance variable. And last one is to see the stress, physiological stress, that is rate of perceived exertion. Hypothesis is quite same. We'll be discussing it on the end, on the chapter 4. So this is the basic participant criteria that I had selected. So in my study, I had 40 participants from 4 different institutions. This was a will discuss it later on the chapter 3, that is more wide. So to discuss those things, I had 44 studies on my review of literature. And on that 44 review of literature, the first thing I focused was the rapid weight loss, the prevalence and the relevance of rapid weight loss in competitive sports. And I found out that most of the judo, like I have already informed you regarding this on the introduction, that 60 to 90% of players usually go through rapid weight loss. And another one important finding was that usually a players lose weight of around 3 to 7% in 5 to 7 days. So these are some of the important findings whereby I have already informed you regarding the methods and the duration. Second one was anthropometric changes. Some of the researchers have claimed that anthropometry has been impacted by the rapid weight loss, especially in the sense of fat percentage and muscle mass. Muscle mass and fat percentage has been impacted by rapid weight loss in a very long term. So the third important thing was physiological aspect. I have just classified these things and make it very easy for you to understand that the hydration status, first of all, where is your body water content has been checked. It has been seen severely dehydrated, because this is the first method that every rapid weight loser uses while losing a weight, is to dehydrate themselves so that minimum water content are there in their body. So the second one is muscle glycogen. Obviously, that is the stored food for our body. So muscle glycogen, if you start fasting and if you start skipping the meals, then you'll realize your glycogen has been decreased. Third one is grip strength. When we talk about judo is an event whereby you have to grip a partner and throw it on the ground by using the same grip. So grip strength has been very much reduced. Third one is lactate clearance. Lactate clearance is again a metabolic process of our body, whereby when our when our muscle gets deoxygenated, the time it takes to rehydrate themselves, reoxygenated themselves. So the last one is heart rate. During the exercise, it has been seen that the recovery of a heart rate after rapid weight loss has seen decreasing. Same for the performance variable. There are more than 15 to 16 studies just for this exact performance variable, which is special judo fitness test, which all implies, 7 of them nearby implies that it has an impact on performance. The rapid weight loss has an impact on performance. And the rest 3 or 4 of them are on a middle way. They can be having a mixed review. So at the end, most of the studies were done in Brazil, Japan, Europe and USA, as per the meta-analysis made by Mr. Artoli and Brancini. So it has been seen. So that is only in India the relevant about rapid weight loss and regarding the competitive sports. The study was only done to a wrestling and a boxing player. So this is So that is why I found a gap between these studies. First is lack of control intervention studies in Indian judokas. For our Indian judo players, there were no such studies made in order that they can be studied. Second one is limited integration. Many of the studies are there that are based on psychological factors. Many studies are based on physiological. Many studies are based on performance variables. But none of them have coagulated everyone and made it at the same path. So I tried this as per my as per this paper is concerned. So the third one was no clear evidence based on the threshold value of rapid weight loss. Many studies suggested that 3 to 5% weight loss are the perfect in 1 week. No, the players should not go beyond that one. But there is no specific studies says compare the different percentage of rapid weight loss. So last one is Indian context that I wanted to give through this study. So in my chapter 3, whereby I have did this purposive sampling, which is also known as probability sampling. The reason for this sampling method was that for a event, for a situation like weight loss, I can't be rely on every person that is training in my training in certain academy or institution. I have to delimitize them to a certain extent because it requires a risk factor also. So the players, I took a 40 national level players at the age range of 17 to 23, as you can see, and the height of 152 to 171, mostly northeastern people, so the height starts from 152 centimeters. And the weight category were 56 to 69 kg, nearly 70 kg was the range. So for my study, I have divided this participant as a random classification through four different classes. First class, that is control group, which is zero, they won't be losing any weights in the duration of 7 days. Second one, that is 3% rapid weight loss, they'll be losing 3% of their body in a time span of 7 days. Third one was 3%. Third one was 5%, and the fourth one was 7% of rapid weight loss within this given 7 days of time. To compare this, I have some independent variable, which is obviously the groups that I have already divided, and the dependent variable is the anthropometric, physiological, and performance variable that I have already explained. So the methodology that I used was in a two-way. First, it was within the subject methods that I have used. Mostly I have used the pre-post design. That is, first the baseline will be collected. This is the between group design that I am explaining right now. So the baseline will be collected, then 7 days will be given to the participant, that group, in order to lose the weight. And then the post weight loss intervention testings are there. And to compare those, I just compare the pre and the post. And the next design that I use is within group design. That is under the design, when I'm going for pre-weight loss test, there will be two tests. First, pre-intervention test, which is the basic test that I will do. And then there will be an intervention, which is a special judo fitness test. I have chosen special judo fitness test as my intervention. The reason why this is an anaerobic test, whereby the player can reach to their maximum exertion. So after an exertion, when I try to recover, then it becomes a validated test for blood sampling, blood lactate recovery, and then heart rate recovery also at the same time. So the weight loss method. Now, since I have designed this 7 days intervention, now I need to have a proper plan regarding the methods that I will be using to lose the weight. So in this I have mostly tried, because they were academy players, I tried to have them a controlled environment whereby they restrict their calories, and then fluid restriction were there, but at a very minimum level. Training volume and intensity were kept in an exact way. I have prohibited them to use any laxative or diuretics during this period of time. Monitoring was done every 2 times a day. Weight monitoring was done, morning and evening. So this is my whole session of 7 days that I have designed, so that the students can lose the weight of required degree on a perfect day, on the 8th day. So every day on the morning and evening, the weights were monitored using a weight machine. So in order that after the weight loss, I wanted to see the impact, first of all, on anthropometric variables. To measure my anthropometric variables, that is body fat percentage and muscle mass, I have used Aquanic BC380, which is a body composition analyzer. I have used it, and the degree to measure it was percentage and obviously kilogram for a mass. Second, the physiological variables. First, the isometric hand grip strength was measured using hand dynamometer, baseline BIMS, digital hand dynamometer deluxe, model 120071. Second, the leg lower body explosiveness, that is counter movement jump, I have used my jump lab application, which is again the ICC validated application for research. Next was upper body explosiveness. For upper body explosiveness, I have used isometric hand grips, counter movement jump, dynamic judogi chin-up test, and isometric judogi chin-up test. These are two tests that has been designed for judo players in order to measure the upper body and aerobic capacity of the particular player. Last one was performance variable. To check the performance, first I have used is special judo fitness test, which is a validated test for a judo player to see the anaerobic powers. Second one was RPE, rate of perceived exertion. This was to check the physiological exertion and the metabolic exertion that a person carries after such a high intensity test. So as I see through the methodology, this is the process that I followed to check my variables. First of all, the anthropometry variable, this is BCA, body composition analyzer, as you can see. First you have to make a player stand there, rest all the part will be done by the done by the machine. This includes weight, height and age. So next variable that I encountered was counter movement jump. For counter movement jump, I've used software, or I can say the app, which is known as My Jump Lab. This is also ICC recognized software, and it has been used in many research. So I used it to measure the jump height and to measure the jump height and the flight time. I have used this counter movement app. I have used hand dynamometer baseline BIMS hand dynamometer to measure the hand grip strength of my players. Fourthly, for isometric and dynamic judogi chin-up test, this is the module that I have used, using a judogi slanted on a bar to pull up an isometric at the same time. Next is heart rate recovery. For heart rate recovery, I have used a polar heart rate meter, which is passive recovery. So for this, I have used polar heart rate, which is again compatible equipment, again recommended by ICC, and it is being used in many research papers earlier also. For blood lactate, I have portable lactate score port, which is I think German made, and it has been used to measure the blood lactate after the special judo fitness test. Next, this is the basic module of special judo fitness test, where the first set will be 15 seconds. After that, there will be a 10 seconds rest. Our partner will be standing at the distance of 6 meters, 3 meters apart. A partner runs from this side and throws by running towards each partners. So first set will be of 15 seconds, then there will be a 10-second break. After that, 30 seconds and 30 seconds, 2 sets. In between that, there will be 10 seconds of rest. So there are many different measures in this test, whereby you will be checking the separate sets, variabilities, and also the total number of throws that are completed in this whole test. Last one is rate of perceived exertion. For that, I have used modified Borg C10, CR10 scale, which is a validated scale for checking the rate of perceived exertion.